I always thought I'd spend my life chasing horizons, wandering the world with no map, no anchor, just me and my adventures. I didn't see a husband in my future. Honestly, didn't imagine kids. And honestly, I was at peace with that, because I knew that the quiet of being alone was far better than giving anyone the chance to disturb my peace. You see, I wasn't gonna settle. Not for attention, not for comfort, and definitely not for fear of being alone. And then, you. You arrived without warning, when I wasn't searching, when I had stopped hoping, when my heart had made peace with stillness. From our very first interaction, something was different. You didn't try to impress me. You tried to understand me. And that was the most refreshing thing I've ever felt. You asked me questions that made me pause. Questions that brought me back to myself. Your sincerity felt familiar and sacred. Even long distance couldn't dull the connection. You willingly sacrificed sleep just to stay on FaceTime a little longer. You made effort feel effortless. You showed me that love doesn't have to be chaos. It doesn't have to be dramatic to be real. You gave me a space where I felt safe enough to love you fully. No masks, no defense, no limits. Because I know your heart and I trust your intentions. With you, I'm free. Free to be fully myself, free to love without fear. And that kind of freedom is a peace I never knew I needed. You make forever feel too short. You redefined everything I thought I knew about love. So if there's one thing I want anyone listening to take away from this, it's don't settle. Not for comfort, not for convenience, and definitely not because you're afraid of being alone. Because settling chips away at your self-worth. It teaches you to accept less when you were born for more. I met the love of my life at a time I was not looking. And honestly, society's timeline had me wondering if something was wrong with me. But I reached the point where I'd rather be alone than waste time and energy on anything that wasn't built to last. Because time and energy are the two things you will never get back. And honestly, sure, I could have made plenty of relationships quote-unquote work. But if I only get one life, why compromise for companionship? Sometimes when you wait, when you hold out for what you deserve, love shows up. Unexpectedly, quietly, powerfully. And when it does, you will be so grateful you never settled. And shout out to Ro. Thank you for being you.